When I send out the congratulations, or I send out the coaching advice, or when I talk to somebody, again, I'm very specific about how they performed on their client or their program or your team. In a relatively short amount of time, you start hearing that ownership when they're coming back with questions. My client's having this issue, or I'm trying to solve this particular situation for my team, my client, and just encourage that language constantly, and they adopt quickly.
Your all-star quarterback that's ready for that level of responsibility, give it to them because they want it. And your peewee football cornerback that's not quite ready for that, give them things that they can take accountability for and get the win and build the confidence and get those building blocks to where they can handle the additional levels of accountability. And ultimately, the getting everyone to a similar level helps, but at the same time, if you can help the weaker players not give up or not fail, it helps everyone else's accountability feel better as well, because then they feel like it's consistent. The lack of accountability for one person will show up more than accountability to smaller tasks for this person and bigger tasks for this person.
The two big keys around accountability are clarity of expectations and then follow-up and evaluation of that clarity. So clarity expectations is this outcome is expected by this time at this quality level. Anytime you lose any of those components, it creates all kinds of ambiguity. And then the other part that is really easy to slip into is letting missed expectations go unnoticed. And it's an assistance to people to talk to them about whether or not expectations were hit. And I think that's often misconstrued, but the idea of I care enough about your development to sit down and talk about where we got off the plan, as opposed to let that trickle and either have silent resentment or have that performance fall down, again, is a really easy trap, but it's a really dangerous one for an organization. So the idea that we talked about within accountability is, especially for our leaders, the idea that their willingness to be uncomfortable with a difficult conversation is actually a really caring act. And the fact that I'm willing to let my palms sweat or to not be completely comfortable talking about how you missed your expectations is more giving than confrontational or mean or upsetting. And if you can frame it that way, it creates a lot more comfort around, did you hit the expectation or not? Why or why not? And what does the next level look like, so that we all get to the right end game?